I'm P90 and you're watching RedWolf TV.
Hey guys, Tim here of RedWolf TV. Have you ever wanted something modern, lightweight, maybe a G36 on steroids? Well, look no further. Today we will be reviewing the Cybergun GSG G14 EF CS EBB AEG OEM'd BY ARES. Really just a bunch of letters put together. Now the G14 will either come in black or DE, but as I go over the features, I will use the dark earth version. It is really lightweight, as it is mainly comprised of plastic, the same material as what you would find on the Ares Amoeba version, and it's just under 3 kilos. So you can hold it out with one hand, though not very well, like Tom Hanks in Saving Private Ryan when he thought he destroyed a tank. But it's still seriously lightweight, so you can carry for an extended period of time with no issues. The G14 is surprisingly comfortable to shoulder. I'm not the biggest fan of the grip pattern, though the added grip surface area does serve a purpose. It is also really lefty friendly, ambidextrous as one would put it, as the mag release can be found right behind the magazine, and the flip up front and rear sides can be flipped up from the left or right side. Right now the charging handle is on the left side, but you can shove it over to the right side, and I do like that little curve there, only makes it easier to charge. You can set it right in the middle, so it doesn't really matter whether you are right or left-handed, though it does decide to protrude to one side if you're not careful. There are sling points on the left and right side just in front of the stock, as well as underneath the handguard. There are also 2 buttons on the rear of the stock for the 5-point retractable stock, which makes me wonder why there are 2 extra gaps here. But by far the coolest ambidextrous feature is the fire selector, because right now it's in safe, in semi. There is also 2-round burst fire, which should be very exciting, as well as the usual full auto. It also features quad rails for your accessory needs, as well as a monolithic top rail for your scopes and sights. Now you might notice these gaps on the handguard. This is because you can move the bottom rail towards the back of the handguard, which is fantastic. Unfortunately, you can't move the rails on the sides, which is a real shame. You can pull back the charging handle to find the hop up in the breech. You just turn it clockwise to increase the hop and counterclockwise to decrease it. You could also remove the flash hider, revealing a 14mm CCW thread. To get to the battery compartment, just push this pin out and then push the handguard forward. And here it is. Look at all that room for your battery, and it connects to a small Tamiya plug. The G14 will come with a 45-round G36 magazine with dummy rounds inside, which makes it look far better than high-cap magazines, and there are hooks on the left and right side so you can link them together for quicker mag changes. I think that's about it, folks. It's probably time to chrono the thing and then take it to a range. For the chrono test, we're using 0.2 gram 6mm BB. It clocked in at just over 370 FPS. Hey guys, we're now at the usual place, at the usual range, using a rather unusual gun. Now, judging from the chrono test, 370 FPS may be a little high for some indoor places and low for some outdoor areas. So, to change the spring, you could easily do that, as it has a quick change spring system. All you need to do is remove these 2 pins here at the front of the stock. Let me just take these out rather quickly. Remove the stock. And here is that quick change spring system. Just use a screwdriver to turn it and then release the spring. How convenient is that? For the 20-meter range test, we're using 0.3 gram BBs instead. So that was 10 shots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right next to each other, 8, 9, 10. 3 inches apart grouping, which is not bad. I wonder what it's like in burst fire mode. For the 2-shot burst fire, I wanted to see how close the 2 BBs were to each other. So both BBs hit the exact same spot. How is that for consistency and accuracy? That's double tapping at its finest without actually having to double tap. The G14 does have a very long name. The EFCS part of it is the Electric Fire Control System, which is basically its own MOSFET. So how it works is, no matter how you pull the trigger, whether you just flick it or you pull it all the way back, the gears and piston will do one full round, much like a Sistema. This is what I mean. It's even like that in burst fire mode. Not very realistic, but still useful. Now, EBB stands for electric blowback. It's ever so mild, it's not as much as the PTS ERG and the Tokyo Marui recoil shock, but you can still feel it. Let's have it in semi-auto first. Now in burst fire. It is ever so slight, but still I can still feel it. I'm usually a big fan of amoeba style trigger units, much like a Sistema, except this one, there's a long trigger pull and you only need to pull it halfway before it shoots, and there's a lot of slack afterwards. This is what I mean. And there's that slack. Half a trigger pull, slack. And if you find that particular spot, that's all you really need. If only they did that first. You could probably do some internal modding so you don't have to have it so far forward or pull it so far back. And since there is so much room in the handguard, the battery does shake around a little bit, not like a rattling magazine from a high cap, but it does seem to rattle a fair bit. Apart from that, it is a very fun gun to shoot. The electric fire control system does not tell if it's run out of BBs. But that's so much fun. So the G14 has an iffy trigger and it rattles a fair bit, but it makes up for it in accuracy, consistent FPS, and a lot of fun to shoot, especially in that burst fire mode. So for this cool product and many more, go to our website at www.redwolfairsoft.com and see you guys on the next episode of RedWolf TV. If you'd like to know more about Milsim CQB and Training Center, click on the link in the description below. Pornstash out. G&G really stepped up their game when it comes to the MG42. To know what it's like, click on this video. Can the gold match live up to expectations in comparison to the Tokyo Marui 5.1 High Kappa? It did better than most expected, so click on this video and you'll see what I mean. The RWTV KG9 will bring back lots of memories from old school airsofters, and this one can shoot up to 70 meters. You don't believe me? There's the proof. Do subscribe to our channel so you can keep up to date with our latest and coolest videos.